Y'all go ahead and come on in. Come on in. Let's chat. I know everybody's pissed off. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, guys. I know everybody's mad. We're going to talk about it. You know how you feel in the chat. Let it out. Let it pour out. Definitely in here in a little bit. Doing this instead of post game. I'm not feeling great, guys. Yeah. Yeah. I was a little worried about this. Man. This is why I kept all week saying this. Alabama had to do a lot of things right to be competitive in this game, and we pretty much did nothing. We did get embarrassed today. We did get embarrassed today. I will say that to the Alabama fans on social media that were disrespecting Indiana. Coach Saban tried to tell you not to, man. He tried to tell you guys how good this team is. I'll tell you what, mine is not live, I guess, then. But team is soft, man. This is a very soft performance. I did not expect Alabama to come out and win this game. I'll be honest with you. We made a joke live where Jeff said I picked against Alabama. I actually did tell him that I thought Alabama was going to lose this game, just because so many things had to go right for Alabama to be competitive. This Indiana team is about as efficient as I've seen in a couple of years. It's going to be hard for anybody in the playoff field to beat them. Kirk Cignetti's a good coach, man, and Mendoza's the real deal. So, yeah, me too. Smart to get it respectable. Yeah, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. That's why I'm going ahead and hop it on instead of doing the post game. We're gonna just do this now. So, listen, a couple of things I want to say. First and foremost is that if you're watching this after the fact, for whatever reason, anytime Alabama loses, like Alabama fans in the comments of our videos kind of go off and they get pissed at us and they unsubscribe and this and that. That's stupid. Like, if you're going to do that, just find another team to pull for. Like, honestly, I don't care if you subscribe to us or not. I hope that you do, but we don't play this game on the field. We're not coaches on the staff. We're just giving you our opinion. And just like you, sometimes we're wrong. Sometimes the big guys are wrong. Sometimes everybody's wrong. Nick Saban picked Alabama today. Desmond Howard picked Alabama today. Okay. That's just the nature of it. Like, listen, tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up and it's going to suck. This is going to be embarrassing. Opposing fan bases are reveling in what's happening to Alabama right now. I get it. I feel that too. Okay. But we turn the page. We turn to next year. All right. This team is still very much in flux. Very, very much in flux. It's embarrassing. It's very hard to watch. But honestly, the writing's been there on the wall. They pulled him for an injury. They're saying he's injured, which is very possible. I'm worried Austin Mack is going to come in here and just absolutely school these folks and start putting up points. And all of a sudden, people are going to be like, well, why wasn't he playing all year? So, yeah, that team, that Miami defensive line is legit. That Miami defensive line is absolutely insane. Who said their heart's broken? Listen. Based off of what happened in week one, this team, this is a successful season in year two for Kalen DeBoer. The pieces aren't all there, and it's not just personnel on the roster. It's coaching staff. There are some people in that coaching staff that need to kind of have a come to Jesus moment, and if they don't, they need to go pack up and leave. Now, it's not Kalen DeBoer. A lot of people are going to point to him because he's the head man. I get that. I understand that. Absolutely. I feel your frustration there. But, Coach Cap, the offensive line coach, Ryan Grubb, has been underwhelming all season. Definitely not as advertised. Maybe some of that is because he doesn't have all his pieces into place. But it's been a long time, even before Nick Saban, since I've seen an Alabama offense look this anemic and this spotty. And so, wow, beautiful throw there. Jeremy Bernard. Don't write him off just yet, guys. Don't write him off just yet. Austin Mack's in here gunslinging. If you've turned it off, Javarius, I'm okay with that, man. I'm absolutely okay with that. Now, listen, there are 8 teams that made this quarterfinal. Out of how many teams that are eligible for the college football playoff? What, like 131 or something like that? Alabama's in a good position. It's frustrating. It sucks, but I'm telling you, like, it's going to be okay. My hats off to Indiana and Kirk Cignetti. This team is legitimate, absolutely legitimate. Now, Alabama spotted them 14 points. This could still be a football game, but you go out and do stupid stuff. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and here the Tide is. So it does feel off. It's I always use the analogy that it's trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's felt like that all season, to be honest. It's frustrating. It is frustrating, but I'm telling you, the trajectory is in the right place, considering everything that's transpired in Tuscaloosa over the last 2 seasons. Right? It has been. I don't know that there's a program that has had to survive what Alabama survived in the last 2 seasons, and here they are in the Rose Bowl. No, they don't look like they belong in the Rose Bowl right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They don't look like they belong there. They did enough in the regular season to make the playoffs. Do they look like a legitimate playoff contender right now today? No, they don't. I'm sitting here myself wondering, what did this coaching staff do for 12 days? But you can only be one-dimensional for so long, and it's going to bite you. Alabama wasn't going to win a natty not being able to run a football. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Skylar, who's delusional? Me? What have I said that's delusional? Or are you talking to folks in the chat? Huh. I'm waiting to see what Skylar says. Anyway, anybody else got this weird viral thing going on and nobody knows what it is? No, that's why I'm saying, chat, bit me. What did I do? What did I say, man? Oh, not okay. I was like, wait, hold on. No, like you're not wrong. Like Grubb has that's what I'm saying. That square peg in a round hole. Grubb has been trying to do things that don't work. And I'll be honest with you, it starts with the offensive line. The Alabama's offensive line has been bad all season, and it has not gotten better. There's been glimpses here and there where it's looked okay, but overall, there's no consistency. I don't know what's going on, if it's communication. I've tried to make every excuse I can for them, but at this point, it's just kind of it's just a bunch of heavy set dudes out there standing. It's like they don't know where to go. And you're right. That comes down to coaching, Skylar. 100%. That is a coaching issue. It's and that falls on offensive coordinator and Coach Cap. Now, if Kalen DeBoer doesn't make the necessary changes, then it becomes his responsibility as well. So, anyway. Look like they need some kind of exterior motivation. Looks like they could use a little team connection as well. Potentially Trip. Potentially. I don't know what more they wanted, man. Like the entire country wrote them off after week 1. They were written off after they lost to you guys in the SEC championship. It's like this team responds to winning just terribly. You know what I mean? Like they just don't respond well when they win, when they have success. I will say Austin Mack's in here looking okay, kind of doing the dang thing. So, it's a beautiful ball to Josh Cuevas right there. Interesting. So, roll big tears. Okay. All right. If you're trying to troll, that's great, but I mean, whatever, dude. Fantastic. Let's see. I'm watching this with Austin Mack rolling out. You guys might be a little bit ahead of me, which is fine. So I won't, or I may be ahead of you, so I won't spoil it for you. But looks like Alabama's not going to get shut out, which is a good thing. But guys, like it is what it is at this point. It's been a mess all year. There's been times where it looked like it was gelling, and then there's times where it looks like nobody knows what's going on. All that aside, Alabama makes it to the Rose Bowl. It kind of sucks that the transfer portal opens tomorrow. That's going to be an adventure. I don't think it'll be too bad for the Tide, but we'll see. You need to not catch that ball, dude. Crap. That's frustrating. Sometimes you got to let that one go. All right. Damn, I shouldn't have. No kidding, man. Yeah. Too bad Texas got him, though. Too bad Texas. Look, I'm okay with Womack. I think Womack's done enough this year to stick around for another year. I will say he's kind of gotten schooled in this game. Absolutely 100% got his stuff handed to him in this game. Mike Shanahan, definitely outclassed him, outplayed him, outcoached him here. And so, but, again, this defense, once again, is put in some rough spots because of the offense, because of some of this was coaching. That fourth down ridiculousness early in the game was atrocious. It was absolutely unnecessary, and I think that was the big momentum. So, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you. So, appreciate you over there, BKL Sports Entertainment Show or sports. Sporter. What is it? Sportertainment show. Sorry, trying to make sure I say your name correctly. So, well, they're going to settle for a field goal. It's funny. My son's delayed, and I can hear him in the other room hollering for pass interference. So, but guys, take a deep breath. I understand the expectation for Alabama fans is a national title every year. I understand that. I get it. I feel your pain. I'm not happy about this either. And so, but it is what it is. Okay. This is what Alabama was this year. They're still in flux. Things are, not entirely in place. There was some underwhelming stuff in terms of the offensive coordinator, Coach Cap on the offensive line. I think that's probably done. I'll be interested to see what they do with Ryan Grubb, just because, it's just not cutting it, man. And then, again, Alabama's just been incredibly one-dimensional all season. There's a reason Kirk Herbstreit keeps saying it over and over and over again. It's at some point in time, it's going to bite you in the ass. And here we are. So Alabama kicks the field goal, doesn't get shut out. We'll see if they can have some more offensive success as we push through the rest of this. I think Alabama's got some pretty good quarterback options. I don't think they need to go look for a quarterback in the transfer portal. I do think that they need to shore up their offensive line in the transfer portal. They got some really good talent out of last year's recruiting class, but it's going to be young talent. There's some guys that I think on the Alabama's offensive line that might have not done themselves any favors in terms of draft stock this year. You'll see what the combine looks like, things like that, pro days. But you may get a couple of guys back. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Yeah. Look, man, there's a reason he spent a year there and got fired. I'm just saying. Good. Let them score one, man. I would like to see the defense get a stop here. Mendoza's good, dude. Mendoza in this offense, they're efficient. They're the most efficient team I've seen all year on all sides of the ball. And that includes Georgia. And that's not a knock against Georgia. Georgia can beat them. But if Indiana plays a complete game, I don't know that there's anybody in the country that's going to beat that team. That is a very, very good and well-coached football team. And it's a cool story. I'm going to be honest. It's a really cool story when you look at who they are in football historically, and what they've done the last 2 seasons, what Cignetti's been able to do with transfer portal, things like that. That's a good football team, dude. That's a good football team. Todd's getting drafted. That's the wrong comment. Todd's getting drafted by Chick-fil-A. Todd's getting something, brother. So maybe woulda, shoulda, coulda. Keep in mind that there were a lot of us that felt like there were times where Nick Saban should have pulled quarterbacks and he didn't. So that's really not our decision to make when it comes to who plays, how much they play, and when they play. And Eric, you're right. Again, that's something we've talked about basically all year is Alabama's been inconsistent. They can't run the football. The offensive line is inconsistent in pass protection, and they don't have an aggressive enough defensive line. We've talked about that all season, man. So can they go and approach these needs in the portal? They're going to absolutely have to. They're going to have to. It's good to have you back. Good to have you back. That's funny. I would not be mad if they went and got Glenn Schumann. I would not be upset by that at all. So Fernando Mendoza today is 6 for 6 versus the blitz. He's actually thrown the ball for 92 yards. Wow. That's impressive. You're not going to beat any quarterback who's doing that. I'm just saying. It doesn't matter at what level of football. You're not going to beat somebody who's doing that. Now, what's been really frustrating is to see Alabama's defense get stops or put themselves in good position on third down, and they haven't been able to get off the field. Third and moment. So you got them laughing, Reuben Foster. You got them laughing. That's something that I'm trying to hold out some hope for, Dolomite, is with having Grubb's guy in there, that you'll see something more efficient, some continuity. That's kind of been the name of the game this season, is no continuity. There we go, no pass rush, and picks up bad tackle, picks up first down, 50, 45. God dog it, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. That's so frustrating to watch. No, we know they're not going to win the game, Olivia. We absolutely know. That's why we're literally talking about what they need to pick up in the portal for next season. So, duh. Like, it's very, very obvious what's happening. Like, they're not winning this football game. So, but overall considering, because Oklahoma has a terrible offense. That's how they beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a really, really bad offense. That would be how. And so, but you got to take your hats off to Kirk Cignetti and Indiana, man. This is a vintage football team. This is what Alabama used to look like, honestly. And I think that's what's so frustrating for Alabama fans in watching it, is this is what Alabama used to look like. This is what Alabama used to do against people. So it makes it very, very hard and frustrating to watch and deal with. But you're getting a glimpse at the future, what next year is going to look like, with Austin Mack in there, potentially him or Keelan Russell. And you got to tip your hat to Indiana. Now, the Notre Dame fans are going to be out and about on social media, so prepare yourselves for that. They're all kinds of – they should have been in over Alabama. That's fine. Let them say what they want. But, Alabama season's likely, and pending some crazy, crazy ridiculousness that there's zero evidence will happen, is likely over today for 2025. They're going to go, 11-4, make the postseason, make the 12-team playoff, make the Rose Bowl, advance. And it's been a season of up and downs, much like 2025. Sorry, guys, I'm just not feeling great. I'm probably going to cut this short here in a little bit. I think Jeff might do post-game. It's been really, really frustrating. So, for those of you who, it's hard to be an Alabama fan when Alabama loses. It's easy to be an Alabama fan when Alabama's competing for national championships every year. That's when it's easy, right? For those of you who actually love this university, they love this program, you understand the writing on the wall. You understand what it means if Alabama were to actually fire Kalen DeBoer or Kellen DeBoer left. I mean, you want to talk about dark ages. That's what would happen. And so you just, again, you have to tip your hat to Cignetti here, and take your lumps. Alabama is a team in flux. They're in transition, right? They're trying to completely change from who they used to be to who they want to be. And I think DeBoer deserves a couple of seasons to get that done. Do I think you can do it with Ryan Grubb as OC? I don't think so anymore. That's the one guy that I'm like, I don't want to see him back in Tuscaloosa. He can go back on the West Coast wherever he wants. I'm not a fan. I don't like at all what I've seen from him all season. It doesn't fit. I feel like a good OC understands the limitations of his personnel, right? So if I'm right, and the offensive line, it doesn't have the personnel grouping that they need for this offense to work. The quarterback doesn't have all the skills that they need for this offense to work. Why are you not adjusting your play calling to that? Right? Why are you not, like, I get it. Everybody loves Ty Simpson, but to a lot of your points, if Austin Mack is a better suited fix, why are you not making that adjustment at some point in time? Is it because you're okay with, this is okay with you getting blown out in the Rose Bowl on a national stage like this? It sucks, man. I'm not okay with it. I don't like it. I'm trying to remain positive and be supportive of my school, where I graduated from, the athletic department I used to work for. But I just, with Ryan Grubb, I don't have any patience left for him. So there you go, Eric. You're fine, man. I get it. Jay Mooney, I don't know if it's a running back, dude. I don't know if the running back is the issue. Jam Miller has had a very rough season, but at a certain point in time, when your offensive line can't open a hole, I'm serious, man. This entire game, the offensive line, it's like dudes are just kind of just guessing where to go. Their stances are all screwed up. There's folks it's bad. I saw a play earlier in the Texas Tech Oregon game where the left tackle and the left guard both try to run opposite directions and run it right into each other and end up blocking each other. That's what our offensive line looks like, man. It is absolutely atrocious. And then our defense is exhausted. There you go. Another score by Indiana. Absolutely ridiculous and embarrassing. You can only ask so much from a defense before they break. You can only bend so far before the dam breaks. Kane Womack's getting schooled in this game, brother. Eric, I'm gonna be honest, man. Before Nick Saban got to Tuscaloosa, there was a lot more embarrassing football going on, bro. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad, brother. It was bad. Yeah, I agree with this heavy hitter. It feels like he's just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what fits, man. Like there's no actual scheme going on. It's just, we haven't run this in a while. Let's throw it up there and see what happens. So I don't know. I just want to be encouraging to you guys because I know this is frustrating and it's very hard to watch. I completely understand. Oh no. No, you might be onto something there. Damn it. We deserve it. If we win that one, we deserve it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I'm here for this. I would be, this would get me very excited to see Jeremy Pruitt back in Tuscaloosa. I don't know. That's, I think Kane Womack has done a really good job. However, I just don't, man. I don't want to give him too much credit, but at the same time, the defense hasn't really been the issue this year. When you're in a game like this where your offense isn't doing much, the defense has been put in really tough positions. It was this is basically the same thing that happened in Atlanta against Georgia, except we don't have the excuse that players are injured, which I think they're dinged up a little bit, but so is everybody else. So it's frustrating. Is that Michael Jackson? Is that Michael Jackson in your profile picture? That's absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's what it boils down to, man. It boils down back to the offensive line. Everything boils back down to the offensive line. And it's been, look, the offensive line has been a problem before Nick Saban left. You guys remember Bryce Young running for his life? It's just consistently gotten worse. I think this year's might be worse than last season. and it caught up with them, man. And if they don't get that figured out, it doesn't matter who they go get, what 5-star quarterbacks they go get, what 5-star wide receivers they go get. It won't matter. They've got to build the trenches first, and that is where Alabama's struggling this year. The defensive line has not been great, but the offensive line has been the main eyesore. And somebody said it on game day this morning. I can't remember who, but I was happy to hear somebody finally say it out loud. So I don't think the program's in big trouble, man. They're in the Rose Bowl, brother. Like, take a breather, take a breath. Don't overreact. I get it. It sucks. I'm embarrassed too, but that's why I'm here, right? Is to kind of keep you calm, keep you centered. Look, keep it in perspective. This is year 2 after Nick Saban's retired, right? There's going to be a dip, right? They are in a better place right now than they were last season in terms of how are they finishing. It's embarrassing getting beat like this, but you advance in the college football playoff after you make it. Didn't even make it last season, right? You just signed this recruiting class that just sounds fantastic. The one they signed last season is fantastic. We'll see what the portal looks like, but to your point, there definitely needs to be some adjustments made with assistant coaches and coordinators. That's crazy. All right, dude. Bruh, I got to drop your comment because of the bad word. So, but Brian, yeah, man, it's absolutely crazy. Are you an Indiana fan, Brian? Can you tell me in the comment section below? That's a really good point, Kyle. That's what I'm very interested to see is, can Kalen DeBoer, or will he make the necessary changes to get this team back on track? Right now, something I'm going to take away from this game is what I'm seeing from Indiana right now. Indiana is doing exactly what Alabama used to do to people. All right. Which means it still works. Right. It absolutely still works. So can he make the changes to get Alabama back to being that brutal bully on the line of scrimmage that they used to be? I don't know, man. I don't know. Who would that person be? Who would they go get, Olivia? Tell me who they would go get. What's wrong with this team? How much time you got? We've been talking about it for about 28 minutes. There's a lot of things that have been wrong with this football team all year, and they got out everything from top to bottom here. Exactly. Sure, they absolutely do. Look, guys, 5-star talent doesn't equal success all the time. All right. There's got to be development. There's got to be good coaching, right? There's got to be a fit in the system. There's got to be schemes. Just because you go and get a roster full of 5-stars, this is why we see teams. Auburn has more 5-stars than Indiana, and they didn't sniff a playoff, right? Like 5-stars don't always equal championships. There's a lot that goes into this, and I think Kalen DeBoer doesn't have all the pieces that he needs, i.e. talking about, some of these coordinators and staff members and things like that. So this is the big one. Yeah, Jay Walker, I've already said this several times. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Or Gelato, how can you run the ball if your O-line is not good at blocking? Because that's in my eyes, that's what's going on. That's what I see. So, boom. 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 Good comments, y'all. Fantastic comments. Fantastic stuff. Well, look, guys, we're at the 30-minute mark. I'm feeling like straight garbage. I think Jeff is going to do a post game. We will do a ton tomorrow to talk more about this. So if you guys want to hop on with Jeff here in a little bit when he goes live for his post game, please do. For those of you who are new here, it's usually a little more energetic. I am sick as a dog. I'm tired of being sick. It's just some of it's the weather. I think I got this mysterious virus that everybody is talking about, but anyway, so thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. Love each and every one of you. Happy New Year. It is the new year. This sucks, but I challenge all of you, if you love Alabama, don't turn on the team, right? Don't turn on the team. Don't turn on the people who are trying to share Alabama content with you. It sucks. It's embarrassing, but there are literally tens of thousands of people, hundreds, probably 100,000 people out there who are feeling the same exact thing you're feeling right now. This sucks. This is embarrassing, but it's put up or shut up time. Now we see if Kalen DeBoer is worth his salt, worth his pay, and if he can get this thing fixed. He doesn't have a lot of excuses to fall back on in 2026. Okay. So stick around with us. Portal opens tomorrow, so there's going to be a lot of news there, a ton of news, both good and probably some bad. We do know that Keelan Russell and Ryan Williams have already said they're both staying, moving into 2026. So that's some good news right off the bat, but there may be a couple of surprises here. So take a breather. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your holiday if you're off tomorrow and the weekend. If you're going to watch the rest of the college football playoff games, enjoy them. Enjoy your time with your family. Don't let this ruin your entire weekend. It's going to be fine. I promise the sun will come up tomorrow, and I'm just as pissed off as you are. But, it is what it is. I have no control over what's happening on the field, and neither do you. Right? It's embarrassing. I agree. It sucks, man. They got dog walked, got their ass handed to them. You just got to hope that it's embarrassing enough to that staff to do what needs to be done. So thanks for sticking around with us. As always, you guys know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash